Hey, it's your boy, Foxirelle here. Yep, my Xbox controller just fell. Anyways, I am doing a tier list for JRPGs as of. Okay, so we all know that 2021 is ending and like New Year's and shit like that, right? So, um, what I did last year was I got a tier list of all the JRPGs that I played. And this year, I am basically updating that. Uh, a good number of it will be copy and pasted from last year, but if you're not in my close inner friend circle, this will likely be the first time you're seeing this. I know you're probably wondering, Foxy, what the hell are you doing? We don't care about your opinions. Well, I am doing this partially for me, to be honest. I like to keep track of my progress in backlogging because Christ only knows how many games I have in my backlog, like too many to fucking count. So I figure listing the JRPGs that I've played and my personal opinions of them, it's just something fun to do and it's good to keep track of shit. So I already added a few different tiers that the base um fucking that the tier list maker didn't already have. So anyways, let's get started. Uh Breath of Fire 1. I've I've started it, but I've never finished it. So into the gray tier it goes. Uh Breath of Fire 2 I have not played. Breath of Fire 3, that is God tier. Um Breath of Fire 4 I also have not played. Chrono Trigger. I know that most people would put it in God tier and that not doing so is like blasphemous or whatever. But I only played it like just this year, so there's not really a nostalgia factor. And with that said, I don't think it's the perfect JRPG. I know you're probably wanting to crucify me for saying that, but I think it belongs in high tier. It's a great JRPG, no doubt, but is it the best video game ever? No, not by a long shot. Chrono Cross, I have not played. Dark Cloud, I am putting in mid tier. Same as Disgaea. This is the only Disgaea game that I've played. The first one, I believe I have the second and fourth as well. So those are going into the have not played. Same with Phantom Brave. I haven't played that yet. Geez, I am starving. Once I'm done here, I'm probably gonna start making dinner. Anyhow, that is Disgaea. So now Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 11. I will put that in top tier. The original Dragon Quest, mid tier. It's good for an 80s JRPG, but in the grand scheme of things, eh. Dragon Quest 2, I did not like Dragon Quest 2. I mean, they say it's the black sheep of the series, and that's probably for a pretty good reason. Um, Dragon Quest 3, probably put that in high tier. Same with Dragon Quest 5, I guess. 6 and 7 I own but have not played. Dragon Quest 8 I've played but never finished. From what I've played, I would have put it either in God tier or top tier. But I can't really say definitively until I actually play through at least the majority of the game. Dragon Quest 9, again, played but never finished. Odin Sphere, I think that is. Uh, I own it, but haven't played it. Drakengard, I have not played the Drakengard games. Like, physical copies are pretty price gouged, and because of that, uh, I can't really get my hands on them. I know there's emulation, and I probably will get ISOs for them at some point or another. I did get Drakengard 3 off PSN, even though I haven't played it yet. So there is that. The original Nier I do not own. Nier Automata. I'm checking to see if it's on last year's list. Yeah, it's high tier. Yeah, either high tier or top tier. Somewhere in that area. Etrian Odyssey. I have never played an Etrian Odyssey game, though. I want to. I just don't currently own any. But I do plan on looking for copies of them and eventually playing them. But now we move on to Fire Emblem. And if you know me, Fire Emblem is one of my favorites. Wait, did they add 3 houses? Because I know last year they didn't. Let's see. Awakening Fates Echoes. Shit. It doesn't look like they did. So. Because 3 houses is easily God tier. If it was there, I would put it in God tier like that. So. But since it's not, let's just work with what we have. Awakening. Top tier. Move it up. There we go. Fates. I'm thinking either mid tier or met tier. Well, last year I put it in mid, so I guess I'll put it there as well. Echoes. Echoes is also top tier. Genealogy. I have not played much Genealogy. I want to, but it's just something I haven't really had the time or the energy to do. So played but never finished. Thracia 776 I have not played. Binding Blade, it was all right. I mean, I like that it's the game that introduced Roy. Roy's a really good Fire Emblem hero. But the game itself, it just isn't as good as the other Fire Emblem GBA games. And it's really hard. Like, it is way harder than it needs to be. So, probably put it in mid-tier. At least what I've played of it. OG, Blazing Blade, and Sacred Stones. Those are... Well, I'm thinking Blazing Blade in high tier. Sacred Stones in top tier. What else? Path of Radiance. I may have played it on an emulator like once or twice, but never really got that far with it. So that is played but never finished. Radiant Dawn, I don't even have a copy of it. Hell, I can't even emulate it because Dolphin won't run Wii games without a Bluetooth adapter or some shit. At least not my copy of Dolphin. Maybe there's a way to fix that other than getting a Bluetooth adapter, but I really don't know. Oh, it looks like we're moving on to Final Fantasy, the golden boy of JRPGs. X2 I have not played. Okay, so Final Fantasy X, I've seen Nyaners play it. I've seen the majority of Nyaners play it through Final Fantasy X, but I haven't really played it myself. So, like, I know the general gist of it. I know what to expect, but I can't really say for sure. So, I think that should count for something. So, I'll put it in played but never finished. Final Fantasy, is that 11 or 12? Kind of hard to read. I'm going to assume that it's 12. Haven't played it yet. 13, haven't played yet. 15, haven't played yet. I never beat the first Final Fantasy. I think I got like a fourth to a third of the way through it. Again, it's okay for an 80s JRPG, but not really spectacular on its own. But in the grand scheme of things, I have never really beaten it or got close enough to beating it to have a definitive opinion on it. Final Fantasy IV. I really liked Final Fantasy IV. It is high tier. Same as 5. Now, 6. Final Fantasy 6. People say it's the best. And yeah, I, for the most part, enjoyed it. I would either put it in top tier or high tier. But, as we'll get to in a little bit, I really like the PS1 Final Fantasy games. Those are my favorites. But I guess I'm trying to choose between top tier and high tier. I guess I'll go with high tier solely because there is a lot of grinding that you need to do in between the different characters if you want to get good enough for the last dungeon. And that kind of drags the game down a little bit. Final Fantasy VII, fucking god tier. No question about it. Final Fantasy VII is Pog. Final Fantasy VIII I have not played. And so is Final Fantasy IX. I fucking loved Final Fantasy IX as well as Final Fantasy VII. PS1 Final Fantasy is best Final Fantasy. And I do not care what anyone says. Anyhow, moving on. Final Fantasy Tactics I own but have not played it. Golden Sun, again, I think I may have played it once or twice on an emulator, but never really taken the time to play through it. Grandia. Grandia I have not beaten. I've played a pretty good chunk of it, but still have yet to experience it in its entirety, so there it goes. Super Mario RPG. It was alright. I guess I'll put it in mid-tier. Not quite as good as people say it is, but I mean, I've gotten some enjoyment out of it, so, you know, mid-tier. Paper Mario. The original Paper Mario, I may have played it when I was a kid. Like, back when the N64 was still somewhat relevant, and back when video stores were a thing, I think I rented Paper Mario, like, as a little kid and played it then. But other than that, I have not played it. Thousand Year Door was really good, though. I think I'll put Thousand Year Door in top tier. It's been a long time since I've played it, but I remember really enjoying it. Mother 1. Again, like most 80s JRPGs in general, it's okay, but not really standoutish. Earthbound, I've played but never finished. Mother 3, I've never played at all. Shin Megami Tensei. This should be fun. All right. We're getting into the nitty gritty here. Let's see. The original Megami Tensei. I think I played like 5 minutes and then died and then stopped. So, skipping that. The first SMT played but never finished. Second, and if I have not played. 9, I don't even own. Alright, guys. It's time for an opinion that will likely have me crucified. I did not care for SMT Nocturne. I just don't know how to explain. I mean, I like how innovative it was, and I like how it helped forge the future for SMT. But I don't know, the game itself, aside from the difficulty, it just felt kind of bland and not really standoutish. Like, I know it's post-apocalyptic, but, you know, when you look at games like Fallout, if you can feel some vibrancy in the post-apocalyptic worlds that are created there. But I just don't seem to get that with Nocturne. And I am not a fan of games that are harder than they need to be. I know you'll probably call me a piss baby or a pussy or whatever, but hard games aren't for me. So I will put it in meh tier. Strange Journey. Strange Journey, it's good if you have maps and guides. But that really shouldn't. I feel like it kind of drags the quality of the game down a bit. So I'm thinking either mid tier or high tier. I guess I'll go high tier. Final Fantasy. Fuck me. SMT4. I really liked SMT4. I will probably put it in top tier. Ni no Kuni. I haven't played the second one yet, but the first one I have. The first one was really good. I'm thinking either high tier or top tier. Jeez. Let me think. You know, I think I'll put it in high tier. Let's see. I have not played Persona 1 yet. I have not played Tactics Ogre yet. Ooh, Innocent Sin. I really liked Innocent Sin. Kind of move it up a bit. I will put that in top tier. Persona 3. That is God tier. It belongs in God tier. 4. I still have yet to invest the time that it requires. I liked what I've played so far, but I really can't say for sure because I never put the Persona 4 time into Persona 4. But Persona 5 is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, that's God tier, no question about it. Same with... Okay, so I think if Persona 3 had the quality of life improvements that Persona 5 had, it would have been just as good, if not better, than Persona 5. And with the 25th anniversary, you know, taking its sweet-ass time and teasing us, I'm really hoping that a remaster of Persona 3 is something that we're going to get out of it. I think that would be a game changer. No pun intended. Um, Pokemon. Okay. Gen 1, I will put that. Oh. All right. Sorry, my phone just went off. I mean, from an objective point, I would put it in meh tier, but it has a nostalgia factor. I mean, I was born in the 90s, so Pokemon, earlier gen Pokemon, just kind of sticks with you. Um, God knows it stuck with me. I guess I'll put it in mid tier. Gen 2 was pretty good. I think I will put that in high tier. Ooh, Gen 3. I really liked Gen 3. That was. I think I'll put that in. You know what? I think I'll put it in top tier. You know, why not? Ooh, Gen 4. Gen 4 was pretty good too. Top tier. Sure, why not? 5. Okay. Here's the sad thing. I had a copy of Pokemon Black when it came out when I was in middle school, but I lost it at a con many years ago and have never been able to get a replacement copy. So I never did get to finish it. Like, with how price gouged Pokemon games are getting, I think emulation may be my only choice. And that, it's really fucking sad. I mean, a lot of people say Gen 5 is the best, and I want to know for sure. But I lost my copy at a con, so there's no getting it back. It's just really sad to think about. Oh, Octopath Traveler. I have it, have not played it yet though. Gen 6. Meh tier. Same with Gen 7. Radiant Historia. I have it, have not played it yet. Same with Secret of Mana. Ooh, Skies of Arcadia. I played that earlier this year. I really enjoyed it, so I think I will put it in high tier. Let's see. Star Ocean. Let's see. I think this is the second one on PS1. Played but never finished. Same with the first. Let's see. Till the end of time. These two Sorry, my cat was just on my desk and finding a new place to wreak havoc. Anyway, Star Ocean. I believe I have 3 and 4, but I have not played them. Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2. I think I would put it in God tier if it weren't for one thing. I feel like there are too many points of no return in Suikoden 2. If you go far enough in the story, there are things you can't get back. And, in a JRPG, I can forgive that being once or twice or whatever, but I feel like that happens way too much in Suikoden 2. And if it weren't for that, it could easily be the perfect JRPG. But because of that one major flaw, I'm going to have to bump it down to top tier. I know. Great JRPG, but the fact that there are so many soft locks just really irks the hell out of me. Suikoden 1 was pretty good. I think I will put that... Where did I put it last year? High tier? Yeah, that sounds about right. Ooh, the Tales series. I really should play more Tales games. Tales of the Abyss, I haven't played. Tales of Vesperia was really good. I'm thinking either high tier or top tier. You know what? I think I'll put it in top tier. No, it is not shit tier. I'm just moving it up. There we go. Let's see. Is this? Do I own Zestiria? I think I do, but I haven't played it. Same with Zillia and Berseria. Tales of Symphonia. I have played it, but not finished it. I think my sister took my copy of the game when she moved out and took the Wii with her, so I do not have a means of playing it right now, aside from emulation. Anyhow. Ooh, Trails in the Sky. That is a series that I had gotten into earlier this year. In fact, I just beat Trails in the Sky SC, like, I want to say a few weeks ago. Part 1, I will put in high tier. Second chapter, I will put in top tier. I still need to play part 3 if I can find it. Cold Steel. I have part 1. Haven't played it. The other Cold Steel games I don't even have. Dragon's Story. Played but never finished. Xenogears. I really liked Xenogears. I think I will put that in top tier. I mean, it would be God tier if it wasn't for the second disc, but what can you say about the second disc of Xenogears that hasn't already been said? So, it looks like, Xenoblade. Xenoblade, I really like. Xenoblade 1 is God tier. And Xenoblade 2? High Midnight. Yeah, I know. Xenoblade 2. I feel like too many people shit on Xenoblade 2. I feel like it kind of gets a bad rap. I mean, yeah, the roadblocks with the different blades are kind of annoying, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. So I think I will put that in top tier. Again, a lot of unpopular opinions, but, you know, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Xenosaga, I have not played. Midnight, do not chew on my pencils. Sorry about that. Ys. Why are you like this? Ys 1. Again, pretty good for an 80s JRPG, but beyond that, not so great. The other Ys games are in my backlog. I have played Ys 7. I did like Ys 7. I think I will put that in high tier. A lot of the Ys games are just in my backlog. Sort of just vibing there. Waiting. And I do plan on playing them at some point. I just don't know when. Phantasy Star 1, I played a little bit of, but then it was super grindy, and then I stopped. The other Phantasy Star games, I would probably have to emulate them. That is another series I want to get into at some point. But I think that about covers everything. I think that is all she wrote. So hopefully I'll be playing a good chunk of these games in 2022. Midnight, stop chewing on that paper. Sorry about that. She likes to chew on paper. I will hopefully play through a lot of these games in 2022. And next year, I will be sure to update this list yet again. But I think that does it for now. Again, ew, go away. Anyhow, I think that about does it for my 2021 JRPG list. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I will see you next time, I guess. This has been old Foxirelle, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching.